It's no surprise that with a world full of many different animals, there will be a few weirdos that stand out. Whether it's due to a remarkable ability, an interesting appearance, or sheer size of the animal, there are some truly special creatures out there. Have you ever wondered what an anteater would look like if it bred with a pinecone? Probably not, but an animal does exist with that exact appearance. This list is comprised of 15 of the world's weirdest creatures that you might not know exist. Some of these animals you will most likely never see in the wild in your lifetime, and some of them you won't want to see beyond the pictures posted here. Enjoy 15 of the world's weirdest animals that you might not have known exist. Pangolins have the appearance of a walking pinecone crossed with an anteater due to the large keratin scales that cover their skin. The natural habitat of pangolins are throughout tropical regions in Africa and Asia, although if you visit these areas you may never even see one in the wild due to being overhunted. In areas of Asia, their meat is viewed as a delicacy and their scales are believed to hold medicinal properties. When they feel threatened, they can roll up into a ball similar to an armadillo. Pangolins are actually quite nearsighted, so they rely on their hearing and their very good sense of smell to track down their insects for feeding. Their tongues are similar to anteaters, which they use to gather ants or termites. They also come equipped with a gland that creates a foul smell, similar to a skunk, although they can't spray. The oarfish looks like a mythical water dragon, and you would think they are truly a myth due to their rarity. They aren't seen very often because they live in depths of up to 1,000 meters, 3,300 feet, and are said to be solitary. Oarfish are also very big creatures of the deep, growing up to 11 meters or 36 feet long. This is a fish that you have likely never heard of before, and you will likely never see one in your lifetime. The few encounters with oarfish at shallow depths were due in part to the fish coming to shore to die. Due to their rarity, very little is actually known about the oarfish. These monkeys are easily identifiable due to their big noses. It's not entirely known why these primates are equipped with their huge schnoz, but it is theorized as a way for males to attract a mate. Female proboscis monkeys may have large noses, but the males are the ones with the gigantic sneezes, that may typically hang lower than their mouth. They are endemic to the Southeast Asian island of Borneo, which resides between Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines. The proboscis monkey is one of the largest monkey species that is native to Asia. Not only do they have large noses, but they also have come packaged with a big pot belly for their special digestive system, enabling them to eat unripe fruit and leaves. They are also said to have almost permanently erect penises. The Dumbo octopus has large ear-like fins which they use to fly through the water, which resemble the ears of Walt Disney's Dumbo, the flying elephant. They are pretty rare to see because they tend to live in very deep waters that span from 400 meters to 4,800 meters deep. The few times they have been spotted in the wild, they have been studied to have a diet rich of crustaceans and worms. The largest Dumbo octopus ever recorded was close to 6 feet long, making it about as tall as the average man. This octopus has also been observed around hydrothermal vents on the sea floor. These vents spew out extremely hot, mineral-rich fluids due to magma under the seabed. The largest freshwater invertebrate in the world belongs to the island of Tasmania, which resides right off the coast of Australia. Potentially this crayfish can live forever, due to its ability to regenerate its body parts. Also, these crustaceans have been around for quite some time and are said to live up to 40 years. Unfortunately, they rarely make it that long and have been listed as an endangered species, due to overfishing and habitat loss. Typically when you think of a crayfish, you think of a relatively small version of a lobster. However, the Tasmanian giant freshwater crayfish can weigh up to 5 kilograms or about 11 pounds. They can also be over 31 inches long, making them larger than your average lobster. The echidna has an appearance of a hedgehog or porcupine-type creature, but it is also similar to an anteater, due to its long snout and diet of ants and termites. They are monotreme animals, monotreme meaning single opening. That's right, they have urinary, defecatory, and reproductive organs all in a single opening, which is scientifically known as the cloaca. Not only that, but they are egg-laying mammals. This is a very uncommon trait in mammals that is shared with the platypus. If you have ever played a Sonic the Hedgehog game, you might be surprised that the character Knuckles is actually an echidna. These creatures also have large claws which are used for digging and burrowing, and like hedgehogs, they can curl up into a ball. They also have an interesting looking package, but I wouldn't advise on Google searching echidna penis. To save you the trouble, just picture a baby's hand. This creature of nightmares may look dangerous, but it actually poses no significant threat. It may be called a scorpion, but it doesn't have the typical long scary tail with a stinger on the end, although there are species of whip scorpion that do sport a whip-like tail. They don't have venomous fangs, so you don't have to worry about being bitten. They rarely bite if threatened, but they can grab you with their claws or pedipalps, which looks like it could hurt if those spines punctured your skin. Tailless whip scorpions are nocturnal arachnids and are found throughout the world in tropical regions. They have poor eyesight but can sense out their prey by using their front legs, which aren't used for walking purposes but primarily function as sensors, and their pedipalps. What's worse than a creepy crawling scorpion? The answer is a scorpion that can fly. That stinger actually can't sting though, so maybe the scorpion fly isn't so scary at all. I would still probably freak out if a scorpion came flying at me, regardless of its ability to sting or not. That stinger isn't a stinger at all. In fact, the stinger is the enlarged genitals of the male scorpion fly. The scorpion fly belongs to the order of insects called Mecoptera. Modern Mecoptera are said to be predators or consumers of dead organisms, giving them an important role in the ecosystems that they inhabit. However, some Mecoptera feed on vegetation in moist environments. Although milli usually denotes a small unit of measure, the giant African millipede holds true to its name. They are some of the largest millipedes in the world, growing up to 38.5 centimeters, 15.2 inches, in length. On average, the giant African millipede has around 256 legs on its body, but this number can change depending on each molting that the millipede has gone through. Although they might appear creepy, they are harmless and are commonly kept as pets. To defend themselves, the giant African millipede can curl up into a ball, or it can send out a secretion of irritating fluid from pores along its body, which can be harmful if it gets in your eyes or mouth. These creatures appear as if they could be stunt doubles for the aliens in popular sci-fi films. Giant isopods are crustaceans that are distantly related to shrimp and crabs. They are thought to be plentiful in the deep waters, particularly colder, of the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. They hold a similar look to that of the woodlouse or pill bug, just much bigger. They are important scavengers of the seafloor, and it is likely that you won't ever see one in the wild, but maybe in an aquarium. The weird creatures are carnivorous, feeding on dead whales, fish, or whatever might float to the ocean floor. Giant isopods are thought to be over 160 million years old, dating before the breakup of the supercontinent Pangaea. For defense, giant isopods can curl up into a ball, leaving only their tough exterior shell exposed and hiding their less protected underside.